I looked into how many hours and how much training it would take. And I recognized I'm not trying to make it a career. That was not my MO. So then I decided, all right, let me look into just what that looks like for what's the lower level, which is private pilot. But I came across a statistic that was very startling. That statistic, while I should not be surprised, was that less than 1% of airline transport pilots, that is those that fly for Delta, Southwest, United, you name the airline, are Black females. I have been in an industry that was riddled with Black females being the underdogs, not being seen, not being represented, not being heard. And to hear that in aviation, that same story was replicated, just a different field, no dice. So while I knew that I was not going to make aviation a career, but rather a hobby, I wanted to be able to present the opportunity to others who are interested in making aviation a career, the path. And that path was starting a nonprofit called Black Girls Fly, Inc. Black Girls Fly, Inc. came from a dream. Being a private pilot, well, that was just my own hobby. But being able to provide for the underrepresented and underserved a means to go after their dreams, the things that they put on pause or hold, or because they wanted to build their career, or they decided to have a family, I wanted to be able to make that possible because the cost of aviation going into flight is by no means a cheap feat. Being able to provide a nonprofit that helps in the form of scholarships and partnerships, working with companies and agencies across the globe to bring aviation possible, flight possible, training possible, the resources is why Black Girls Fly exists. Now, why the name? I actually oscillated on the name Black Girls Fly, and I didn't want it to be so polarizing, but in a way I did. I wanted to be able to provide a resource, to be able to provide a team of resources. No more GoFundMes. Yes, they're good, they're needed, but no, this is more than a scholarship. It's a career path. It's a choice. It's something that makes a change that lives beyond me. It's not about me. It's about pouring into the next generation, pouring into those in their late 20s and 30s who might have put it on a pause, being able to allow aviation to be a reality instead of just a dream. Black Girls Fly mission is to change the paradigm, to shift an industry that right now is completely riddled by white men. And while we know that's the case across a lot of fields, Black Girl Fly is aiming to change that number, that statistic. No longer 1%. I want to increase that number. I want to be able to provide the resources, the tools, the finances for this nonprofit to outreach into the community.